Now I got something to show you, and it's gonna be something momentous. Ooh, goodbye and good night. Ooh. Yes, hello everybody, it's me, the Excellent Reviewer, and I'm here to talk about the most anticipated rematch of all time. That is between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. Now, as you know, officially today, it was the B Block final for the G1 Climax. And it was down to the final two. Okada, Omega. IWGP Heavyweight Champion against the IWGP United States Champion. So much was on the line. Now I want to talk about the match because you know it was going to be sort of hard for Okada and Omega to make a really good match in less than 30 minutes. Because their previous matches, the matches they have had in the past, have gone 45 minutes and an hour. So, naturally, it was going to be really hard for them to top that and to do that in 30 minutes. But the match itself was really, really just good. Especially the fact that it was 30 minutes, you had that time limit, you had that suspension of disbelief, you had those stakes. You had those stakes that you have to beat them in 30 minutes or else you are not going to the finals of the G1 Climax. And there was I loved how there was a lot of attack on the neck. Kenny Omega would constantly attack the injured neck of Okada. Constantly. Okada would just get back into it as well. There were several moments where I thought it was going to be a draw, because it could very well be a draw, and they could fight for like 2 hours and still be entertaining. So naturally, I thought it was going to be in a draw, but like I said, attacking the neck. That's what Kenny Omega constantly did. That was his best friend throughout the entire match, is to constantly attack the neck. One of the craziest spots was the dragon suplex onto the apron on the injured neck of Okada. Like, his neck was just almost physically destroyed. And it was really great to see Kenny Omega just do all of that great stuff right there that he's known for, and to go on, because it was a series of injured attack to the neck. And naturally, Okada hit 3 Rainmakers. And that's when you think it's over. 3 Rainmakers, that's gotta be it. But no, it is not it. The 3 Rainmakers were not Kenny Omega's demise, because as soon as Okada went for another one, he ducks under it, does the reverse Rana on him, and then continued attacks to the neck, finally hits him with the one-winged angel. I thought Okada was going to counter it. I thought he was going to counter it with something. Something was going to happen that he was going to be able to counter it, because he's countered it before where Kenny Omega was close to, he had the neck hooked, but like he would flip onto his feet. So naturally, that's what I thought it was. And then finally brings him down, 1, 2, 3, and Kenny Omega finally has beaten Kazuchika Okada. Naturally, that is good news. I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, if he doesn't win this match, I don't know how good Kenny Omega is going to look, because he can't beat Okada. You know, he can't beat him. But this was their 3rd match, and lo and behold, Kenny Omega finally got the big one over on Kazuchika Okada. Ended up winning, and now goes to the finals against Tetsuya Naito. Now, first things first, I wanted to address a couple of things. I wanted to talk about a few things. And that was the fact that this was the man that Kazuchika Okada was the man that Kenny Omega couldn't beat. And finally, he's been able to do that. finally, and maybe, just maybe, he gets that, well, not guaranteed, but maybe he gets that IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. Because there is that very real possibility that Naito could win as well. Naito or Kenny Omega, that would be a good choice to win this year's G1 Climax. Two former winners of the G1 Climax are going head-to-head with each other once again. So Tetsuya Naito, I could see, especially now with his amazing character, I could see him going on and main eventing Wrestle Kingdom, which he was supposed to do a few years ago, but we all know what happened with that. It ended up going to Shinsuke Nakamura and Tanahashi. So I could see that maybe, just maybe, Tetsuya Naito could win it. But then there's also Kenny Omega, and you can't rule him out, especially with the hot streak that he has been on, and that maybe, just maybe, he could win it all. I think possibly that he could win the G1 Climax once again, and he could do it, because he is just that damn good. So it's going to be down to Kenny Omega and Tetsuya Naito tomorrow. I thought this match, this was their third match in their trilogy. There's going to be another match, of course. I thought generally it wasn't the best out of the three, but you could technically say it's the worst, even though it's not really. Because even the least strongest, because it was their least strongest. It was their least strongest match, but it was still a really good match. Okada Omega, the first one was really good, the second one was better, and this one was good. It wasn't as good as the previous two, but it stands on its own, especially the fact that straight out the gate you had Kenny Omega and Okada just going straight for it, because they know that they have only 30 minutes to beat each other. And Kenny Omega said afterwards, he said, beating you in under 30 minutes was one of the hardest things I had to do. So generally, it was a really good match. Not as strong as Okada Omega 1 or 2, but definitely really good because it holds up. Especially the fact that you have Kenny Omega finally winning against Kazuchika Okada. That was just one of the best moments when he hits the one-winged angel, 1, 2, 3, and then just like that, it's over. Phenomenal match. Go check it out. And just guess what? We're going to get that highly anticipated rematch between Naito and Omega tomorrow. Also, make sure to tune in for that, because I guarantee you, you're not going to want to miss the finals of the G1 Climax. Well, that's been it for this episode review talking about Okada Omega 3. Tell me what you guys think about it, what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. And if you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, then make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys as soon as I can. Goodbye and good night. Bang!